Hi and welcome to Easy Fishing. Well, I'm down at my local park lake. Not sure what the time is. It's got to be gone 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's 5:45 and it's a very hot, sunny, breezy day. And unfortunately I've been ill again for a week or so. So I'm just glad to get out. And this park lake contains a lot of roach, and unfortunately I've seen a lot of doubles and tarpons around in front of me, which I really don't want to hook. Because today I've set up, I'm using a short take apart whip, elasticated, and I'm fishing it at 5 sections. And I have a number 5 elastic, a 0.3 gram Drennan Carp 5, bulk shot about 2 foot or so from the hook, and a single dropper bait. I'm going to start off with single maggot. I have maggots, pinkies and some hemp and a small amount of ground bait. The hook is a Camasan B 911 F1, which is a very light, sharp hook. So let's get on with it and see if I can catch a few fish. I'm quite confident, I just don't want to hook a carp. So, drop the rig in. Now I've fed 3 small balls of ground bait about the size of a golf ball. And yes, I'm hoping to just catch roach with a possibility of skimmers, and I've just had a bite straight away, missed it, and here we go, first fish straight away. And what have we got? A perfect little roach. Not huge, but I don't care. That was on a single red. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on loose feeding maggots over the top and hemp. What I am scared of is that one of the big carp will muscle in on the act. And this rig has a number 5 elastic through the top 2. And that's a short top 2. The main line is 0.15 or 3 pounds if you're old school. The reason I measure in diameters because what they say on the spool is not necessarily true. Hook length is 2.5 or 0.13. And yes, here we go. Looks like I could get a few fish today. But like I say, this is all about pleasure. I've been at home for a week feeling really lousy. Pinchful of hemp. Pinchful, a pinch. A few maggots. And I've also set up a second rig, which is a 0.2 gram AS3 with a carbon stem. Here we go. As soon as the bait gets to the bottom, I'm getting fish. I would have liked to have fished a whip, but there's just too much tow. I had to purchase a new cool bag because I'd left the last one in the garage and the mice had got to it, so I unfortunately was forced to splash out for a new one. And a cool bag is pretty essential in this kind of weather. Let's see what else I can catch. I do not doubt I'm going to catch a shed load of roach, but what I'm hoping is, as long as the carp don't get in on the scene, that I might be able to pick up a better one or two. But I'm really devious with all these big carp swimming about because I just know my luck. I'm definitely geared for silverfish. I couldn't fish a whip, the wind is too strong. If I try, I could probably fish a big waggler dragging over depth. But yeah, here we go. This gives me a lot better presentation. I can control it a lot better, which is the whole point about this kind of equipment. I know a lot of people are anti-pole, but anyway, this is just a short stick. A very lightweight one. I'm just hoping that some better quality roach will move in. But catching fish of this size, I'm not really worried. Just want to be catching fish. I've got a bottle of cold water and a bottle of frozen water in the cool bag to try and keep everything as cool as possible. I've got all my spare bait in there. About 10 grains of hemp, half a dozen maggots. The hemp, I want to keep the fish down on the bottom if I can. And at the start of the session, I just put in 3 golf balls of dark ground bait. And the dark ground bait consists of some brown crumb and some F1 sweet fish meal, on the basis that there's a lot of carp fishermen on this lake usually. I can only see a couple today, and they know all about it. I also have a few pellets with me, and I might try a banded pellet on this rig, just a 4mm one. But the sunlight is making the float almost, well, the glare is making it very difficult to see. Well, slightly better this one, but not a lot. Yes.
Hello, my friend. You okay? All good.
So, as you can see, it's a bite of chuck at the moment anyway. Like I say, all I'm praying is that the carp stay away. I mean, I'm looking down here now in front of me, there's one of about, I don't know, it's difficult to tell, 5, 6, 7 pounds, something like that. And oh yes, he's come right up to take her, he's waving his pecks at me. Yes, as he looked at the surface film. Me. I'm catching fairly well. It's a bit better stamp of roach. There we go. A bit better than the earlier stamp. Any bigger than that and I definitely will be using my net. But to be honest, at the moment I'm very happy just to be beside the water and getting fish. I'm not worried about the size of them or the quantity. No, so far I've only had one put in without a fish, so I must be doing something right. And these fish are definitely on the bottom. I'm not getting any bites on the drop. I'm going to cut down on the maggot and fish more hemp and put more hemp in. The only disadvantage with that will be is if the carp discover it, and carp inevitably love hemp. But I really, might seem odd to some people that I don't want to catch carp, but when I'm silver fishing, I want to catch silverfish, not carp. And they're just cruising around about a foot or so under the surface. I've seen them a good half dozen since I've just sat down. And I really don't want to hook one. And these bites are so positive. The bristles just sinking slowly out of sight. I hope the mic's not picking it up, but I have what I call a boom chucker merchant behind me. Seems to think that everybody should share his love of a monotonous beat, which I do not. For me, it's kind of simple fishing. It's definitely what floats my boat. Unlikely that I'll get a bream. They don't normally come this close in, especially when it's hot and bright. They'll be sitting further out. But I am watching a greater crested grebe about 20 yards in front of me diving. These bites are so positive. I couldn't want a more positive bite. Another quality roach. Now I do have my mini carp feeder with me and a fixed and a reel, but as you can see, why would I want to bother when I can get fish like this?
Oui. T'as vu les insectes?
Oh.
T'as vu?
So after a delightful chat with a French couple and their child, I'm still carrying on catching biter chuck. I've lost count how many I've got now, and it doesn't really matter. Oh, and that one came off. So like I said, size or quantity is not my yardstick. Just want to catch fish. And to be honest, I would rather catch 20 pounds of fish like this than I would carp. I'd rather catch tench, but I'm definitely not geared for tench, and I don't even know if there are any tench anymore. But I'll just carry on loose feeding my hemp seed. Very occasional maggots. It's within easy throwing range anyway. Oh, and that one dropped off. Oh well. Now I just switched to a banded 4mm pellet, and the stamper roach has got considerably bigger. So I will persist with banded hard pellet for a little while. I haven't hair rigged it. I've just put a band around, a micro band around a 4mm pellet. Slid the hook underneath the band. Everybody seems to think you have to hair rig them, but you do not. And if they'll pull out a bigger stamp of roach, then I will be happy. I could carry on fishing maggot, no doubt, and catching some, but I just thought I'd try a pellet for a few minutes. I just don't want to feed too many pellets because I do not want to attract the carp. The bites, I'm still getting bites on pellet, but they're not as positive as on the maggot. Much faster bites, and I've bumped a couple, so I'll probably go back to maggot in a little while. He's had the pellet off the hook. Right, so I'm going to go back to maggot. Another nice quality roach here. Lovely fish. And I have to admit that catching roach on light finesse tactics is One of my favourite ways of fishing. The wind is definitely too strong for a whip. I would not get the control. As you can see, biter, chuck, every chuck. If the man with the boom chucker music behind me would stop, I would almost be in heaven. Catching roach, one a chuck, on light tackle, wonderful. But I do have some prepared expanders, which I might give that a try after this one. I think I'll do that now. So here we have the Solubaits Pro 6mm F1 flavour expander pellets. For people who don't do a lot of pellet fishing, these are actually a pretty good way to oh, look at that. But Maggot is still scoring. Oh, and this one's a little hybrid. So, let's just take that maggot off there and swap it for that pellet wherever I dropped it. Here we go. Now these ready prepared Solubaits Pro expanders, I think they're a brilliant idea. If you're not absolutely 100% certain how to prepare expanders, and they are easy, this is even easier. Now let's just see what a 6mm soft pellet does. Tried hard pellet. Oh, it's that one. And here we go, on a 6mm soft. Feels marginally better as well. That feels like a proper quality roach. Not bad, not brilliant. But guess we better try another one. And before anybody asks, no, I'm not sponsored by Solubaits, but I do like their stuff. I like quite a lot of people's stuff. But these Pro expanders are certainly nice. They're just rubbery enough to stay on the hook. By the way, when you've got pellets like this, make sure you keep them out of the sun and direct wind. They will dry out. If I'd pumped my own expanders, I would probably keep them in a bowl of water. Getting lots of... oh, now that's a better quality fish. What have I got? risk lifting it. Oh, that's a bit big to lift. Oh yes. Oh, that looks like another hybrid. Yes. Very, very enjoyable. Very simple fishing that anybody can do. This is I'm even using pre-tied hooks today. Just remove the slime off the line. I'm now into another quality roach. There we go, quality roach. Well, time is going on and the sun is slowly descending and I'm catching a non-stop procession of roach. And these are quality fish. Oh, this one's a very good quality roach. Oh, this is definitely a landing net job. That's the little stamp I'm getting. So I think I'll make this the last one on the whip. Oh. I don't know though, these are such quality fish. I mean, they're getting bigger and bigger. Who could be unhappy catching roach like that? I'm certainly not. Well, I'm still catching quality roach, but I'm afraid the time has come to pack up. But I've been catching fish of this size and up to twice this size virtually non-stop. Now if I'd had a keep net here, I reckon I'm probably on for 20 pounds of roach. So I think on that note I'm going to call it quits and head for home, because I've got stuff to do. When I get home I've got dinner to cook. But with this prolific of roach fishing, I can assure you I will be back. So until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll look forward to getting out again and posting another video. So until then, tight lines.